Hi everyone, this is Wafalango and welcome you all in. We are discussing the auxiliary verbs and that is the 15th kind of verb. Today we will discuss the 7th auxiliary verb that is known as might. Definition of might. Might is a modal auxiliary verb and it is used for present and future possibility for both. For present and future possibility, suggestions, criticism, request, permission, and purpose, etc. So it is a modal auxiliary verb. Number one, it is used for possibility, suggestions. Number second, third, criticism. Number four, request. Five, permission, and six, purpose. We will discuss them one by one. The first usage we have got of modal auxiliary verb might, that is present and future possibility. Possibility always give us the prediction of future where we predict we have got the possibility of an action to be done. But when we talk about modal auxiliary verb as secondary level, it has got the percentage of 15%. When an action happens in future or you are going to say that it is going to happen in present, so that has got only the possibility of 15%, whereas compared to may it is less powerful. And then in the same way we have already discussed them in our previous lectures, that must means 100%, ought to means 85%, should means 80%, and can means 75%, 50%, could means 40%, and after that we learned may, that was having the percentage of 30%, and today we have got that is 15%. If I say it may rain today, now we are having the present possibility, but of that is only 15%. And you might get a job very soon in future, but the possibility of this getting job is only 15%. We don't have any sort of recommendation that you'll have it definitely, but if we just predict we have got the possibility of an action that is going to happen in future or may happen within a moment, but that is just 15%. Next we have got suggestions. Suggestions, when you suggest someone that you are going to do this thing like this or that, I say you might study day and night. That is what suggestions. If you really want to get your target, you might study day and night. And you might give me advice, suggestions that you might give me advice. Criticism, when you criticize someone, will be using as well modal auxiliary verb might. You might ask before you use my mobile. Now you are using my mobile time and again, that is what I'm saying. You, before using, just inform me. You might ask before you use my mobile, and they might call me before going anywhere. Now that is they are to be just to just answer me, and that is what they have to just inform me at least, because they work under me or something like. So I'm going to say that they might tell me before going anywhere. An office officer can say this sentence to his juniors who work under him or her. Next, we have got request. When we request someone, we always use it as a question. We say, might I use your pen? Here you are requesting someone. Can I use your pen? As compared to may, then it is informal, but that is very polite and respectful way to ask someone. But keep in your mind, while using might, you must express your intonations. What is intonations? In intonations you express your feelings as like you are using it. If I say it rudely and using might, it does not suit better, but I have to say it in a polite way, that the role of might should be played, like might I use your mobile, your pen, etc. And might I sit here, giving permission to someone to sit, like a shopkeeper having some chairs near his shop. You're saying that might I sit here? So this is what, the sort of request you are going to take the permission. Last usage we have got, that is purpose and aim. For purpose and aim we will also be using the modal auxiliary verb might. He works hard that he might pass CSS. Now, purpose of working hard is what? To just achieve his target. And they run fast so that they might win the race. So these are the usages of modal auxiliary verb might. Usage number one, possibility. Usage number two, suggestion. Number three, criticism. Number four, request. Number five, purpose. Now we have got some formulas or structures about modal auxiliary verb might. We'll be discussing them one by one. We have got the first one, that is might have plus third form of the verb. You can see my previous lecture where I have discussed about may have plus third form of the verb. But now we'll be discussing here might have plus third form of the verb, where we are going to use might have plus third form of the verb. Might have plus third form of the verb is used to say that when we speak doubtfully, when you have got doubt in someone, you'll be using it might have plus third form to express what? Less than 15% possibility. I told you if I am using here may, it means 30%. But if I'm using might, it means 15% possibility that someone has or hasn't done this or that action. Someone has or hasn't done this or that action, etc. And these can be used in two ways, active voice and passive voice. In active voice, subject does something, in passive voice, subject is affected. And you can say that if in passive voice we'll be using the sentences to beautify our language, but they both will be having same meaning. Now, he might have found a treasure. Now, over there you are doubtful that he might have found a treasure. Now here you have 15% doubt, but otherwise he was too poor, he hardly could survive in the community. But here you can see that now he is too rich, and that is what being rich has got that same one condition, and that is having a treasure. So you say he might have found a treasure, and treasure might have been found by him. Robbers might have killed him. Now, this is what he has gone to the way where hardly people go at that time, very late, and that is what his dead body could be found. And he may have an enmity with someone, but here you will definitely 15% have doubt that robbers might have killed him, and he might have been killed by robbers. They might have created issues. Here you are doubtful about them, that they might have created issues, that these things are not going well. Otherwise, there were no chances of dispute or something like which could disturb. And that is what you have. You have just 15% doubt in this action that they might have created issues. Issues might have been created by them. Teacher might not have taught them, that they do not know something about the exams. 15% of teacher not teaching them, but here 85% students themselves are responsible for not having the paper in a good way, and to attend it in a good or proper way. But you have just got here 15% mistake of a teacher, that he might not have taught them well, but otherwise they themselves are responsible for this. So you say teacher might not have taught them well, otherwise they would have attended it well. And they might not have been taught by teacher. She might not have cheated you. And here you have got the just 15% that she might not have cheated you. That all mistake is yours. That is what you are being uh, cheated or something like you think about yourself. And you might not have been cheated by us. Next, we have got might have plus, 2 plus first form of the verb. Might have 2 plus first form of the verb is used when we express any possible necessary work or compulsion. Where you've got the compulsion or necessary work to be done, there we will be using might uh, have 2 plus first form of the verb. Might have 2 plus first form of the verb and might not have 2 plus first form of the verb. You can make the negative too. He might have to come with us. Now here you have got the compulsion of someone. He might have to come with us, otherwise he would not come. He might not have to come with us, and they might have to reach earlier because they have to reach earlier there. Why? Because that is compulsion, but otherwise he or they are not willing to come in any way. They might not have to reach earlier. That is the negative then. I might have to support them. Here, I am not willing to support them, but that is my compulsion to express any possible necessary work or compulsion. And I might not have to support them. Teacher might have to leave the class. Here, that is what time has gone, and he might have to leave the class. That is compulsion that he is still there, but he might have to leave the class. And teacher might not have to leave the class. Time is remaining, but he has left. Then you'll be using it in this sense. She might have to join a job because she does not need to work or have a job, but compulsion makes her to be the part of that. You'll be saying that she might have to join a job. She might not have to join a job, and here she has no any compulsion but having the job, then she might not have to join a job. Next, we have got might have plus third form of the verb, where we are going to use might have plus third form of the verb. Might have plus third form we discussed might have plus noun, where we are going to use might have plus noun is used to speak doubtfully about the property of someone. When you have got a doubt in someone's property, you'll be using might have plus noun. Now, the first example that can be used for positive and the second can be used for the negative sentences. He might have a gun because when we go in, he has got the enmity with someone, and that is if you go there, he might have a gun with him, and he might not have his friends there. That is negative of the same. They might have money, they might not have money, and she might have her brother here. Maybe because usually she sits with her brother this time. You say she might have her brother here, but you have got the doubt. Again, this doubt will be of 15%. You are having the prediction, but the remaining ones you are not sure about. And she might not have her brother here. Teacher might have a stick and teacher might not have a stick. Teacher might have a stick that students are too much quiet and they are listening the lecture, and teacher might not have a stick that the students voice is coming to the room. Ali might have his friends in class that he is having too much entertainment with them and he is too happy, and Ali might not have his friends in class. Then again, that is the silence which makes you to just have a doubt about his friends. So next one we are going to discuss might be plus noun. We use might be plus noun. Might be plus noun is used to speak doubtfully about someone's status, condition, or profession. Status, which status he has, condition, on which condition he is, and profession, which profession he has. So for that, you'll be using might be plus noun. He might be a teacher because his way, his style is as like he's a lecturer or something, something like. So you'll say that he might be a teacher. He might not be a teacher because his behavior says though he's teaching, but he might not be a teacher the way he behaves. And you might be ill because your condition is like you are too weak and you cannot move and say something. That is, you might be ill. You might not be ill. When someone is ill and making too much uh, too working, showing himself too active, that is, you could say he might not be ill then. They might be poor and they might not be poor. They might be poor. You can see his condition, but he has not shown this to someone. He is too much egoist and he does not show it to somebody or someone. That is what you say. They might be poor and they might not be poor. This is what you can see. that they are showing themselves. Again, definitely the opposite of the same sentence. She might be a doctor and she might not be a doctor. He might be a player, he might not be a player. So same condition for the same sentence. We have got the last slide for the topic. Now we have got might be plus ing form of the verb. Might be plus ing form of the verb is used when we don't see the action happening. When an action is happening, but we don't see it by our naked eyes. We only see some signs of happening. Some signs, like you say, that we are not sure, but we are just having the signs. Suppose I say, what could be the signs of happening, or listening something, or you have got just your guess that he is going to do something, like you'll be having this some hints of happening, etc. We say doubtfully 13%. 13 is might, may, but here keep in your mind we doubt 15%. That is of May, sorry, that is 15%. Certainty that is possible that this action may be in progress at this time in the present. Now, example of the same, might be plus ing form. He might be sleeping. Now you cannot see him while sleeping, but you have got the reason behind it. The what can be your doubt about it? Because lights are off. This is one sign. Doors are closed. Clear. That is what you say, that he might be sleeping. Next, we have got they might be fighting. Now, you cannot see them while fighting, but you say because they are using abusive language loudly. So they might be fighting. But sometimes only as a friend, they have got some sort of, teasing one another friend in friendly atmosphere. You'll say they might be fighting, but when you go and in the class or room or any place, you'll see them just they are laughing, but they when use that abusive language, you'll just have got one imagination, and that is they might be fighting. She might be weeping because she is totally depressed. And teacher might be punishing the students. Why? Because he is scolding the students. His voice is coming that he is scolding the students. You cannot see him with your eyes. You have just heard it, or an action happening, like you have got doubt about it. You'll be using this. Might have been plus ing form of the verb is the last structure for today. Might have been plus ing form is used when we don't see the action happening directly. We only see some signs of happening or listen some hints of happening. We say doubtfully 15%. Certainly that the action may have been in progress at the time in the past. So might be plus ing form is for present, and might have been plus ing form is in past. He might have been sleeping because the lights were off and doors were closed. Clear. And they might have been fighting because they were using an abusive language loudly. And that is the past of same. Maybe plus ing form for present, and that is for past. She might have been weeping because she was totally depressed. And teacher might have been punishing the students because he was scolding the students. So hope you got today's lecture. Wish you best of luck for the next lecture. See you next time. Goodbye.